Hey everyone, my name's Leo, and this week the video is going to be a little different.
Hey guys, it's Daniel. Instead of going over practice problems with you, we're going to be giving you an overview of this year's test.
If you guys aren't aware, it's a little different than it has been in the past. With that said, you still have all the skills you need to ace this test.
We're going to be telling you about the concepts that will come up in the test, as well as remind you of the skills you already have learned.
We hope by reminding you of everything that you've already learned over the time with us, you guys are going to be more confident in your abilities.
We know you all have been working so hard. It's time to give it your all.
Without further ado, let's get on with the video.
First of all, you cannot use a calculator during the test. So if you haven't been doing so already, please practice without a calculator.
You're going to have 180 minutes or 3 hours to complete the entire test, both the ELA and the math section.
An important thing to remember is that if you don't understand a question, you can always skip it and come back to it later.
It's really easy to get stuck on a problem and spend so much time on it that you run out of time for the rest of the test.
That's why it's important for you to skip a problem if you are having trouble and go back to the problem when you're done with everything else.
On that point, you should never leave a question blank. If you run out of time, bubble in a letter for all of the problems left blank.
Before test day, we want you to try a practice test. The link will be in the bio for this video. We suggest you take it all in one sitting so you can gauge how long it takes you to complete the test in its entirety. It's practice test 1 in the 2021 guide to the SHSAT. Keep a pencil and some scrap paper with you so you can do your calculations easier.
Our next 2 lessons will be reviewing some of the more difficult questions from that practice test. We encourage you to email us with questions that you find difficult so we can go over them in the next video.
Now let's talk about the content of the test. A large component of the test this year is going to be word problems.
Remember, when approaching a word problem, try to write out an expression or an equation. The best way to set yourself up for success is to write out exactly what you need to do. That way you won't forget any steps.
There will always be a few geometry problems, for example, area and perimeter. We went over those concepts in a couple videos last year. We recommend rewatching those videos and attempting some of those practice problems if you're having difficulties with these concepts.
There will most likely be a few charts on the test too. Remember to take these questions slowly and locate exactly what the question is asking you. Try to write an equation for these problems too.
Try to underline keywords or phrases that indicate what the problem is asking you to do. For example, the word product means multiplication and quotient means division. We'll go over some of these in the next lesson when we go over the practice test.
This was a very brief video. It was more of an update about the tests and what you guys should be doing to prepare. Make sure to watch some of the videos in the description below that go more in depth about the topics we mentioned before.
The test date is approaching soon, so we're getting down to crunch time. Remember to take practice test 1 for next week. The link is in the bio.
Thank you for watching this video. See you next week.